morning and welcome to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Eric Frank.
And we are live from the CTV studios in Wellington, Florida. We're at the Grand Champions Polo Club this morning on Field 3 for continuing action in the 2023 World Polo League Founders Cup. Jan, let's meet the players.
Absolutely. Thank you also for me. A very good morning. Well, we've got a team that's making their debut here this morning, and that is the team by the name of Kaia Polo. Larry Austin coming in at number 1. Then the 7-goaler, Lorene Zubiare at number 2. Sapo Cassette, one of our 6 10-goal players, coming in at number 3. And the very strong 8-goal player, Santi Tocolino, playing the number 4 position. Pampa, Norte, Biotricity, Wakas Al-Sadiq, great to see him back here at Grand Champions Polo Club, especially in the WPL. I know he enjoys that very much. He's at number 1 for Pampa, Norte, Biotricity. At number 2, Facundo Losa, the other 7-goal player in that team. Magula Prida, the 8-goal player, coming in at number 3. And Pedro Falabella, one of, I know you know, Dale, one of my favorites, coming in also at 7 goals. Now, as I said, Kaia Polo making their debut. This is their first game. They didn't play in the All-Star Challenge. Pampa Norte Biotricity, they played, of course, in the last tournament, which we had the final on the weekend. They had to concede to Casablanca 12 goals to 16. So I'm pretty sure Pampa Norte Biotricity will want to make a very good impact here in their opening match of the Founders Cup 2023.
Yeah, 2 teams that have not seen each other. This is going to be a special day. I was excited about this last night when we were reviewing the notes, getting ready for this game. And we know the Pampa Norte Biotricity team at 22 goals. They were the sleeper team last year.
Yep.
And you remember, they took every game to 1 goal. They get their handicap, and I just like to see them try to extend that handicap here early. Great having Wakas Al-Sadiq back here with the Biotricity team. What a super great, fun guy, and I love Pedro Facu Amagu. Kaia Polo. Well, Kaia is actually Larry Austin's dog. So for all you animal lovers out there, he named his team after his dog.
That's very nice.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. And Larry, what a great guy, man. He's so much fun. He also plays at the Aspen Valley Polo Club, our sister club, in the summer.
Right.
With his family. So it's great to see Mr. Austin back with his Kaia Polo team. And the more, when you put them all together here, well, Sapo, what can he say? He's a super 10-goal player. I love Tocolino at the number 4 position. He's the power player. And when Zubiere gets running. Yeah, so this is going to be, these teams line out pretty similar as they'll use Wakas in the front, the Pampa Norte Biotricity team. Pedro Falabella, Facundo Losa, and Magula Prida will use their 3-man rotation behind. And the Kaia Polo team will run the same way. They'll keep Larry in the front. And then you'll have Zubiere, Tocolino, Cassette doing their 3-man rotation. Now, Wakas and Larry will come back on defense if needed. But I think in the beginning, you're going to see they're going to try to get them to pull the team. We'll see how both teams line up and add it up. Looks like they got them lined up here, Jan, for our doubleheader today in the World Polo League with 2 games going on.
Absolutely. 4 o'clock. We'll come back to that in a moment. Your 2 mandated officials here as that first ball is thrown in. Esteban Ferrari and Pepe Araja. They are your 2 mounted officials. As always, of course, Steve Lane, our IRO, our instant replay official, and 3rd man, who is, of course, on location. He's pitch side. So, ball had been thrown in, Dale. First ball of the match, and barely had, Pampa Norte Biotricity tried to pick up that ball. We have our first whistle.
Yeah, just a sandwich. Look, the sandwich there. Ball bounced off a pony, and one of the Biotricity players went to get it. His man was riding off another player on Kaia Polo, so they said there's no danger in it. So from the spot, and that's why we have our first penalty of the day. Big hit down the side, again controlled down by Sapo.
Yeah, Sapo Cassette launching that big ball down the field again on the touch here around the outside. He goes, Sapo Cassette, just to make it easier for you. He's the young man with the blue helmet. Here comes the under the next shot. Oh, look at that! He timed that just right. Well, that was to be expected. So Sapo Cassette sends the pass, comes back into the action, and puts the first goal up here for Kaia Polo.
Sapo Cassette, so good with the polo ball. Look at how he works his way. You learn so much from this guy. He takes the ball from the corner, and actually he worked his way back away from the goal at a 45-degree angle to create more space for himself. And then he snaps the quick neck shot right in between everybody's legs. Wow, what a way to start.
Yeah, what a cracking...
Super goal there by the man in the blue helmet.
And the fact that all those ponies that ran across that ball did not deflect that ball. That could have easily also had a deflection. Once again here on the move now, it's the 8-goaler, Santi Tocalino. So Kaia Polo clearly with the intent of making a very strong, good impression here in this opening chuck. But you said it yourself, Dale, and I have very much last year enjoyed watching Pampa Norte Biotricity. I'm sure that they will want to also get off to a good start here. We'll come and tell you a little bit how this tournament is put together. Remember the All-Star Challenge, which ended on Sunday with Casablanca winning it. That was a by elimination. So you played, you won, you advanced, you lost. That was it. You stepped down. The Founders Cup is slightly different. We have 2 brackets of 4 teams within those 2 brackets. And after play, the top 2 teams per side will advance to the semi-finals, where they will have a cross-play, 1 versus 2 and 2 versus 1. And so all to play for still here. Now we've got, I'll just look at the clock here, 5:47. We have our first whistle. Now just to remind you also, of course, that Biotricity have come into this game. Remember, they are a team handicap of 22. So they were given 3 goals advantage. That first goal that we saw from Seppo Cassette will explain why the score reads 3-1.
All right, so looks like they're going to take this one down to the 30, and we'll check out here with our third man IRO, see where we got going. It's going to be an open goal penalty shot for the Biotricity team.
So whilst those players line up, I did mention earlier on we have, and that is what makes the WPL so incredibly amazing to watch and to follow. Well, I'll come to what I was about to say in just a few moments. Biotricity getting that first shot on goal taken nicely by Magoo Laprida. So Magoo Laprida picks up his first goal, a penalty 3. And of course, with that, restores that 3-goal advantage that they came into this game with, making it 4-1.
So well done by Magoo to add to their 3-goal handicap. We were talking about that. You remember last year, they usually came out very well mounted in the first chukker and on some of their top 4-legged athletes, and they tried to jump on the lead. They were getting like 4 or 5 goals and extending some of their games like 7, 8 goals, and that's why they were so tough. But right here on the move, well done there by Falabella, dropping in behind to make the hook, and they're going to turn the defense into offense quickly. Backed up again, and we got open Polo playing, has 7 back shots in a row here. On the move, it will be Pampa Norte Biotricity once again, and they'll control, headed towards the south goal. Remember, field 3 here at the Grand Champion Polo Club runs north and south. And Facu's going to take that one in the corner, leaving now for Pedro.
Falabella, a little under the next shot into the danger zone. Wakas was waiting, or is waiting. That ball just running out of steam. Had that had a little bit more zest to it, I'm sure Wakas would have put that one through the post, but it's going to go back to the number 3 in the blue helmet, Senor Sappo Cassette. A lot of time there in that corner. Just a little nod. Here comes the pass. Looking for his number 2, Lerin Zubiare. Nicely done. A cut shot. Tries to take it round. In comes a bit of traffic. Well, he got a piece of that, but Facundo Losa coming in, and that ball just running out of... No, it's still in play. Beg your pardon. I thought it might have gone over the back line. It's still in play. Pampa Norte Biotricity. I need to be careful. There is a challenge. Now then, over on the far side, Cassette also coming back now in defense. But as you can see here on your screens, both of these teams not wasting any time whatsoever. Nice little backhand there from Larry Austin. Not quite getting the length on that as he would have liked. Tocalino plays it across midfield. Straight away, Magoo Laprida chasing. You can see him chasing that ball. In comes Cassette. Now then, what do you make of that one, Dale?
Oh, they're going to go here. They're going to say enough space. And then remember, World Polo League, 26-goal Polo. Umpire's in perfect position there. Might as well go for Magoo, but he gets through there. Remember, there's no danger. Then no call on the play. And our distance is a little different look, of course, on here, but the umpire's a perfect window there. Look at Sappo. He's going to keep it moving here on the same bay pony, puts it back inside the 60, and they're all working very hard with their manager, Zubieri tries to, look at this. This has been up and down the field here in the first 3 months. They've been running. We might even get a currency change coming here, Yan.
Yeah, I think so.
Because they have been running
Non-stop.
non-stop. 4.5 minutes.
And great to see how Sapa Cassette was working that ball. I mean, he had 2 defenders there from Pampa Norte coming at him, but he kept working and working that ball. That final touch then sending that ball into the drop zone, the danger zone. Just a little bit too short there for Lorenzo Biari to do something with.
Okay, so you remember we are using the challenge system today. So for everybody out there, we are using the technology in the World Polo League. Each team will receive 1 challenge per half, and they need to use it or lose it. If they're correct on their challenge, they'll receive another challenge. And we've been had some great challenges this year. Players using them perfectly. Triggers are in place also, so the umpires should use the triggers, and that's to check to see if a goal was scored. They can also check the cameras to check and see when the ball goes out of bounds, either at the end line or on the sideline. Also, anytime you have a ride-off with 2 four-legged athletes, they come together on contact, any contact. You can always take a look at that, just to make sure everybody was safe. And also when the players get in, start to hook or get in a sword fight, trying to get the ball, then they can also use the cameras and any unsportsmanlike conduct. And those are called triggers. They're different than challenges. Challenges are made by the teams. They have 15 seconds to ask for a challenge after the whistle blows and the umpire recites the foul to them. Once they hear the verbiage, then they can decide whether they want a challenge or not. And it's a big system of using it. So, been very successful, and the teams love it. I think the whole polo world. CTV Sports had the opportunity to pioneer all of this technology in 2014, and it's grown just to change the game. Made it faster, safer, more fun, and competitive. Here we go on the penalty 5A. It's going to be the Biotricity team, and they're going to be going forward here. It's going to be Magoo.
Laprida trying to get out that little melee of players there. There's the ball once again up to the front door, looking for, well, he didn't found Waqas Al-Sadiq. And yeah, that ball, is that a buried ball, Dale, or that?
Now, you need a whistle here on this play, and this is going to be, they all come together right here, and watch right there. It kind of gets a little bit behind on the ride-off. It's a little uneven ride-off will be the call. Remember the ride-off in polo, you need to be in the center. It's got to be even. If you get too much in front or too much behind, that's what the umpire's looking for. 45 degrees or less, same relative speed, and that's a big deal based on a 600, 700-pound animal running around there, and those horses will run 30 to 36 miles an hour. So an uneven ride-off and a penalty 5A picked up by Tocolino, and he's going to find Sapo.
Cassette, once again, with a lot of time, a lot of space to work with. I wonder or not whether Biotricity are just maybe a little bit too respectful here, because, look, he's just taking that ball, sends it across the field, just being allowed to play his game. Sends it over the halfway line, looking out for the number 2 in the dark shirt. That is Larine Zubiaure, the 7-goaler. Picked up nicely here by Biotricity. So, yeah, they're coming in, but they need to maybe get a grip on that 10-goal player a little bit earlier. Once again, Waqas Al-Sadiq. Yeah, just a finishing touch there is what was needed. But again, he finds himself in the right position. A very, very clever player as well is Waqas Al-Sadiq. A little bit unlucky there not to be able to finish. Over on the far side, back to Kaia Polo, and it is Tocolino. Tocolino making the most of the open space, working that ball very well down the field. Tocolino, just a little touch, and that will go
to Tocolino. And this is something the Biotricity team needs to prepare for, because Santi Tocolino's wearing the number 4, but we've seen it in the past. He will run through, as most of the number 4s do in the World Polo League. They come with a lot of speed, and he is a power polo player. I'd like to give a big shout out to his family, his father. If you're in Argentina watching today, hola, señor Tocolino, mi hermano. I've met him. He's a good friend of mine. He met him. He loves CTV Sports. Gets to watch both of his boys play here. And so it's great seeing them tune in. And a great goal there to make it, 4-2, chip it away. But look at this. Magoo says, let's go, guys.
Indeed, Laprida winning that throw in. Cassette coming back very strong. You see, this is what I mean. Again, he's there, the man with the blue helmet. They need to get a grip on him. The two number threes battling it out there. Cassette and Laprida. Well, it's going to be picked up now by Kaia Polo. Positioning play very, very solid here. And that advantage once again now reduced to just 2 goals. Over the halfway line they go. And that'll be the man with the number 2. Zubiaure sends it up to the front door. Cassette, yeah, just tries to keep that ball in play. Again, not much in it there, Dale, but I got to say, I'm liking the way this Kaia Polo are playing from the word go here, putting the pressure on Biotricity, Pampa Norte from that very first ball that was thrown in.
Yeah, that's a great chucker to start out our first Founders Cup game today. They are running and gunning early. This game is going to be a very fast one. We don't know these two teams. First time we've seen them, so it's special. And so we're going to go a little commercial break, and we'll be right back for our second chucker of the 2023 Founders Cup.
Happy to be back in town playing with the best teams, best boys, and on the best fields.
So we're gonna start the season a full power horse.
I'm just happy to be back in Florida. It's hometown. Looking forward to getting back on these amazing fields.
Hi, this is Manny Pacquiao. To the World Polo League host Mark and Melissa Gansi, I would like to congratulate the both of you for the opening of 2023 Polo season in Florida. Thank you also for welcoming my best friend Mikey Romero and his Global Port team to the Grand Champions Polo Club to compete in the highest level of polo in North America. I wish you all the best of luck during this season, and God willing, I can come and visit Florida to meet you also and cheer for our Global Port team. God bless everyone. Stay safe. Know that God is good all the time. Thank you. Mabuhay.
Good morning and welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Erik Frank.
And we are happy to be back at the Grand Champions Polo Club Field 3 for our doubleheader today in the World Polo League. And this is the Founders Cup. 2 great teams and a great first chucker. Yeah, if you missed it, we'll go through the players for you one more time, but you are in for a special game today. These guys have opened it up and they're running and gunning early.
They are indeed. Kaia Polo, that is the team making their debut appearance here in the WPL, here in the second of our WPL season, the 5th, of course, the Founders Cup, with Larry Austin at number 1 coming in off 0 goals. Lerine Zubiare, number 2 with the 7 goals to his name. Then Sapo Cassette, having already scored once in that first chucker, as did the number 4, Santi Tocalino. Pampa Norte Biotricity coming in off 22 goals. So they were given 3 goals head start here in that opening chucker. Wakas Al Sadiq at number 1 coming in off 0 goals. Then Facundo Losa the first of the 2 7-goalers in that team at number 2. Magula Prida, he scored and converted a penalty 3 in that opening chukker, playing off 8 goals at number 3, as I said. And Pedro Falabella, the second 7-goaler, playing at number 4. They left the field with 2 goals scored by Kaia Polo and 1 +3 handicap, 4 goals to 2. You join us now at the top of chukker number 2.
So we have the knock in here and then a quick foul. And it's going to be an open goal as they were inside the 60. So this is going to work in favor of the Kaia Polo team. Opportunity to get it within 1. Wow, so delay a game was the call. So they delayed the game there, and based on them leaving the ball and then I guess on the rotation, as Sampo Cassette was there defending the player, but then off to the outside, that's a little bit of
Controversial.
yeah.
Haven't seen a lot of those. We've had 1 or 2.
When they go off on it, when you get on a re-hit, or they take that back. Penalty 6. So safety on the play.
Yeah, that's very, very unusual. We've I think, so far only seen 1 or 2 delays of game throughout this season here. Well, at least since I've been here. So the umpires here clearly, making a statement here. So once again, this equivalent of a corner. Safety 60 coming in from Sampo Cassette. Well, it's high in the sky. Let's see whether or not the umpire, the goal judge, raises his hand. Well, he seems to raise his hand, which of course would suggest that that ball did go through. So Sampo Cassette picking up his 2nd goal, converting a safety 60. And of course, as you said, Dale, closing in on that 4-goal advantage by Biotricity. New scoreline, 4 goals to 3 with a good 6.5 minutes, 6:45 to be precise, here in chukker number 2. Back to the center they line up then, as Esteban Ferrari will throw that ball into play. So it looks like it's going to be an interesting and a very busy day at the office here for Pampa Norte Biotricity. Picked up the ball there by the number 2, Facundo Losa. Haven't yet really gelled, but then again, you've got to give it to Kaia Polo. They have come into this opening match guns blazing with the number 4 once again, Santi Tocalina, and of course they'll be looking for that man with the blue helmet on every single play if they can. In front of goal, well, we had a couple of shavings, if you will, in front of that goal also in that first chukker. They need to tighten up a little bit. That ball will go out of bounds, so we will have a change of possession once that ball goes over the sideboards.
Yeah, a cup on the pitch, and so the series of plays down there, they brought that delay of game call, they brought that back to a 4, and then they actually blocked it, and they finished with a safety with a 6. So Sapo has got it dialed in now.
I mean, honestly, how cool, how calm can you get? He just tees the ball up, has a little look. Watch this, here we go. Just taps it up. Thinks, you know what, have some of this. Sends it up in the sky. Everybody's just in awe of that shot. So a cracking 3rd goal here. That's his hat-trick now already. And with that, the equalizer, 4 goals apiece. Super goal by Sampo Cassette.
Very well hit. I mean, and actually having the opportunity to they go wide on it.
Oh, it went wide.
Wide, but a beautiful shot though. I mean, great swing. And I was going to say, having the penalty 4 and the penalty 6 before that, giving them an opportunity early to hit the big ball, but just off to the side. So they rechecked that one on the field, and we'll go back to action here as it's going to be Magoo.
And with a flying turn there, Magula Prida. Great pony he's riding there. Look at that. Extremely agile. In comes a challenge. I think there were 2 Pampa Norte Biotricity players there just obstructing each other ever so slightly. Down the line they come. There's the backhand. And guess who's on it? Mr. Cassette. Now then, will he try what he did just a few moments ago again? There is the ball. That'll be picked up by the number 4, or he's going to pick it up before it goes out of bounds. Falabella needs to try and get a bit of calm into that back line again. Now, Kaia Polo Dale standing very deep, intercepting that ball. Now, here we go. Power play here from the boys in the black shirts. Zubiari looking for an opportunity to open those shoulders. He'll leave that one for Cassette. Here it comes.
Oh, pulled it to the left. Oh, and he like get that one back, Sapo. Again, finding the space perfectly, dragging it to the left. Just kind of pulled it to the left there. It's going to send us into our courtesy change. And so opportunities here for the Kaia Polo team, shooting at the goal. Remember, we will have our stats for you at halftime, so we'll see how the teams line up on the stats. And a few added additions by the tournament committee here for the World Polo League Founders Cup.
Yeah.
The 2-point conversion.
Yep, like that. We did that last year, and I'm glad to see it back again this year. The 2-point conversion basically means that if any team can hit a ball from the half line or beyond and score, they automatically get awarded 2 points. We haven't seen that happen yet. This, of course, is the second game in bracket 1. Remember, we've got the second game in bracket 2 coming on your screens this afternoon, of course, here on CTV Sports as well. That's going to be a cracking game, Dale. We had the Sterling Cup final yesterday. My father played against son. Remember, Adolfo against Proto.
Yeah, Adolfo against Proto.
And we're going to have the same again this afternoon in the Founders Cup. Audi, of course, with the Cobra. Mark Ganzi, Hector Castino. Looking forward to seeing him back in the saddle again. Of course, they got knocked out in that by elimination in that first tournament. Nick Roldan and, of course, the man from up north, Fred Mannix, against Casablanca. Winners of the All-Star Challenge. And that is where the sun comes into play. Grant Ganzi, Tamacho Pierres, Jesse Bray, the 7-goaler, and, of course, Barto Castagnoli, who won MVP on Sunday.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of energy in the afternoon game, so you want to make sure you tune into that. And congratulations to Scone winning Sterling Cup. Sarah Siegel Magnus playing on team. Proto Cambiaso, MVP. Very clean, open, running game. I had the opportunity to umpire that game. Yeah, you were on the mic.
I did miss you, Dale.
It was great being on the field. Just two great teams. The field conditions were amazing. The club was amazing. The energy, just a lot of positive play yesterday at the Grand Champion Polo Club on Field 2. Back to Field 3, though, and it's going to be Magula Prita here in the second chucker on the knock and trying to go coast to coast. And he's going to get the high flag there. And there you go, Yan. That's the way you do it. Take the knock in and just run it down. I like this here. Magui taps it inside. He knows that he's got to go around. He didn't want to try to run through Tocolino there, so just go ahead and shoot it, and that was a perfect shot.
Cracking goal again. Once again, to be expected, Magula Prida, but I must just get this off my chest, Dale, because every time I read it, I get my eyes light up. We have 6 10-goal players here in Wellington, here at Grand Champions Polo Club this season. And let me just give you some of the names that I'm sure are very familiar to you as 10-goalers. Pablo McDonough, Barto and Hector Castagnola, Juan Martinero, Polito Pieros, and of course, Sapo Cassette. But let's also not forget we've got 2 very, very strong 9-goalers, Gonzalito Pieris and Juan Martin Zubia. I'll come back a little bit later and tell you who we've got playing on the 8-goal level. 6 8-goalers, 9 7-goalers. I mean, a lot of great names. So I said you really don't want to miss any of the high goal action here at the Founders Cup. And as I said this afternoon, very much looking forward to that game. Winners of the last tournament, the All-Star Challenge, Casablanca against Audi.
Yeah, what a very competitive group we have this year. The teams, I mean, when we looked at it, we were breaking them down every game. And even the lower rated teams, or the teams that are coming, like here with Pampa Norte Biotricity team coming in at 22 goals, very competitive in every game. So it's been exciting to watch that. Field conditions have been awesome. Big shout out to the crew. They've done an amazing job. And we have so many new sponsors also playing in the World Polo League this year. We have Larry, of course, Wakas. He played with us last year. And Gilberto, man, he's doing a great job. They're just unbelievable. It's been adding so much to the game in the league, and it's made the polo go to a high level with these amazing four-legged athletes, the best in the world, on good fields with these players and sponsors. Turn around, go be Pedro Valabella.
Yeah, well, that goal that we saw just now from Pampa Norte Biotricity Magula Prida was an important goal, I think, also from the psyche here for that team Biotricity, because that first chucker, Kaia Polo, just came in running and gunning, and I'm sure there'll be lots to talk about after every chucker, especially when it comes to how can they control this man who's on the ball once again. Sapo Cassette gets a chance with a shot on goal, and that one just going ever so slightly wide, but I'm sure his next goal will only be a matter of minutes until we see him come again. So I think that's where they need to tighten up a little bit here. They seem to be finding their rhythm as the game continues. We are now with, well, oh, is it Chuck? No, we've got another 35 seconds, 32 seconds.
Here. The injury, he's taking 6 or 7 shots from way out. So changing up his style a little bit, going for the big ball. And it is going to go ahead. They're going to, well, that was just great time management there by the Pampa Norte Biotricity team. They took their turn, and the 30-second warning horn has sounded, so that will end our second checker play. So when we return, we will return with a knock-in for the Biotricity team. Stay with us here on CTV Sports.
We're here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
It reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant the world. So I'm very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And of course, head to Chucker TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
2023 World Polo League Founders Cup. And we got a good shot here of the Pampa Norte Biotricity team. We have our camera down now. I love the camera down in the as you say, the locker room, the tent, the area where they all gather and prepare themselves. Get some great footage in there, a great shot there of Faculosa and Pedro Falabella. I like Pedro. I like Falabella. He's got that color, light, what do you call that? His color of
a light purple, a light purple.
Light purple or well, like a violet, maybe?
Yeah, maybe even a violet.
It's really cool color. It's really light color. They ask him about that. Of course, Casablanca, one of our title sponsors. And, well, Casablanca winning our first tournament. As you said, the All-Star Challenge. What a game it was. And we talked about the teams. Remember, this bracket, that was a single elimination. Now we have 2 brackets where they'll play 4, and they'll play within their bracket. 2 top teams will advance to the semifinals, and then I love what the tournament committee does is to do a cross bracket, so crossover. So number 1 will play 2, vice versa. On each side, bracket 1 is Pampa Norte Biotricity, Kaia Polo, Brookshire, and Richard Mill. And at this moment, Richard Mill, they came out after their loss. We saw them last night. I saw Gonzalito. He said they were really pumped up, after their loss to Casablanca. Gilberto's done an amazing job, Sao, playing with them. And Scott for the Berkshire team, Scott Wood, Larry for Kaia, and Wakasa Sadiq for the Pampa Norte Biotricity team. Bracket 2, Travieso, Teo Kaia. You love Teo. Right?
Oh, do we? Yeah.
And you got your Sentinita Tekalaka and Melissa Gansey.
Yep. Who won her first game?
Yeah, Melly. Yeah, she's good. The team came out good. Audi with Mark.
Well, remember,
Cobra.
Audi, of course, they won this tournament back in 2012, so last year, with Paco de Narvaez becoming MVP, and also the year before that, because you just touched on Richard Mill. They won that back in 2021. So, yep, I can imagine very much that all the teams will be very pumped up in this. And of course, they've got a bit more of a chance to advance through. It's not by elimination, so this is going to be a very, very exciting tournament. And as I say, this is only the second game of bracket 1, the second game of bracket 2 coming up a little bit later. Now look at that ball. You would say that ball has got eyes. Absolutely phenomenal shot there by the number 4. Let's look at this again. Look at him. He takes his time. A straight line, straight down through the posts. Bang.
That is amazing. Well done, Santi Tocolino. Que golazo, Santi Tocolino. Watch this angle here. Look at this. What a shot. He lays it right perfectly over the top of Falabella and just inside the near post. Superior play there by Santi Tocolino on the 5B. That's actually possession ball. And, man, see, I told you, he's such a big hitter.
Incredible. Incredible.
So strong.
Nicely done now on the near side. Nice little forehand chip shot looking for the man we just spoke about, Falabella. Yeah, he slightly overcooked it on that one. It'll be Zubiari who picks it up. But here comes the near side backhand chip shot into the danger zone. Nicely intercepted by guess who? Sapo Cassette. So, yeah, I thought the Biotricity might come out a little bit stronger, keep containing that 10-goal player, but they are coming back, playing their game with the number 2. Had to lean far back to pick it up now then with the other number 2, Facundo Losa, having to come back in defense. So the 2 number 2s battling it out over on the far corner there. What a cracking game. And with that goal from Tocolino, of course, they are now within that 1-goal reach of Biotricity, who still lead with 5 goals to 4.
So they take him out of corner here, and it's going to be Facu who's going to check down on the big gray pony here, control it, gets inside, and right there they're going to call in, coming in from the side, and they're going to move this ball to center. This will be in favor of the Pampa Norte Biotricity team. So a few more fouls here in the second chucker. First chucker very wide open running. As I said, man, both teams came out, and then we've seen this a couple times though with in these Founders Cup games. They get running really early, and then they go that defensive battle to try to control. And both of these teams, as they say, they thrive under defense as they work their defense into offense. Haven't seen Larry or Wakas get to their point. Wakas has been out front one time. I think they're working pretty hard against each other. I saw right there, looked like Larry and Wakas were guarding each other on each side of the field. So we'll see if one of them can find a designed play to get them free today. Falabella's going to take the 5B, and they're going to play the control game.
Yeah. Well, they're going to have to do something because the way this Kaia Polo team are playing, they're going to be very hard to stop. And that ball, yeah, with the finishing touch, I don't know if it had already gone over the line, but that was a clever play here by Pampa Norte Biotricity. Let's have a look at this again. It's the number 2 player here for Facundo Losa, and I think Facundo had already done enough. The finishing touch, not really necessary. Let's just watch it one more time as that ball is airborne.
Is it the post? Let's see if it's the post. Yeah, it hit the post. I thought it hit the post. It stayed on the field and then got kicked in by the horse. So, I mean, you actually give that goal probably to, I guess, I don't know if Maybe well, you got to give it to Facu. Yeah, I mean, it went off the post. Then he got kicked by the pony, and I crossed over before Pedro had to finish it. But they were all there. Still a wonderful shot, and the control game worked. I like the set play. Remember we talked about it, Ian, those dead ball plays, center hits, 5As and 5Bs. They got to have positive possessions, and here you go. They're going to score off their center 5B. We get another whistle again, though, here in the third. As Magoo's going to work it down, and then they come together right there, and it's a pretty easy call there as Facundo's going to fall over the ball after he swings it.
Yeah, good call there by the two mounted officials. 4:15, slightly earlier than expected. Courtesy change here in Chukka number 3. So, as you said, Dale, a very important goal there coming from Facu Losa. And remember, at the end of this half, at the end of this Chukka, we will, of course, be bringing...
Juan Bellini there, Director of Operation, our General Manager, Cale Newman. And also, if you're interested in the polo school, learning to play polo, you can also get all your information there. And also ask them about the Polo On Demand program. They'll explain the Polo On Demand program to you. You demand it, and they'll get it. Here we go on the penalty 5A. It's going to be Santi Tocolino, and he's going to drive one down for the Kaia Polo team.
And that'll be met straight away by Sapo Cassette. Sends it, or tries to center it back into midfield. Yeah, a bit too deep there for Tocolino to pick that one up. It'll be the other number 4, Pedro, excuse me, Falabella. Leaves that one behind now for Losa. Losa turns. Yeah, steal there by Sapo Cassette. They, as I said there, they need to tighten that up a little bit. You can't have, well, anybody willy-nilly coming through there, just picking your pocket and then doing what he does now, which is just teasing the opposition. A little tap there, Sapo Cassette. They need to get a grip on him in the second half.
Yeah, we've been watching Sapo drive the ball from 100 to 120 and 130. Now look at this stick work. This guy is so smooth, so confident, so relaxed. And then look at this little bay pony. His stays right in there, keeps herself nice. Magoo, this is a smart play by Magoo Laprida.
Yeah.
That'll teach you, get out of there because you don't want to get the one.
No.
Super smart play by Magoo Laprida. Just give up the goal. Let's get going, guys.
Here we go then, back on the half-one, and this time the number 4, Pedro Falabella. Can he restore that 2-goal advantage, which they had up until that goal came from Sapo Cassette? By the way, his 3rd of the game. Nicely picked up here by the number 2. Can he get round the outside? Leaves it once again for Falabella. He opens his shoulders, but is it straight? I think a player might have had a touch on that, a little deflection. They might get a second chance. They're all coming at that ball. Now, this will be an interesting one as Pepe Araja runs over to the scene of that play.
Yeah, Falabella's going to shoot it down. It bounces off a pony, and it changes the line a little bit there, but then it goes backed up on a little bit like right there. You see that 45? And then Falabella finds it. That's what I love about Pedro.
Yeah, clever play.
We watched Pedro play the 12 goal. He's the same way. I mean, this guy just he works so hard on the polo field. He started that play and kept his tenacity up and worked it all the way in. And look, he gets the a broken play there where the ball didn't get back as far, and they get a right-of-way violation and an open goal. Great work there by Falabella and a good finish by Facu Losa.
Indeed. Yeah, that was clever play, and that makes it 2 goals apiece here in this Chukka. Still 7 goals to 5, so they are doing a good job by holding on to at least a 2-goal cushion. Remember, they came in with 3 goals. If they can get this over the halfway line and then, like I said, adjust, tighten up a little bit more on their defensive play, shutting down Sapo Cassette when they come back in the second half. You know, as you said, Dale, the sleeper team, they could be in for a surprise here. Here we go. Ball is back in play.
I can still get Wakasa out in front of here, but it's going to be Facundo, and he's got the hot stick at the moment. There's Larry. Good pickup by Larry Austin. He takes cross. Now Magoo with a snap near side, neck shot, back shot. He put 3, I thought he almost broke his mallet. But he gets it all together, and they'll turn to defense, and here comes Tocolino.
Yeah, another Another one of those really nice long balls. You see, they're always looking for the man with the blue helmet. Cassette, Sapo, he'll be looking up. Well, there is a player going up there straight through the center. This could be the perfect pass here for Larry. Larry gets a piece of it, gets another piece of it, and...
Oh, bad luck.
That is a proper Remington.
Yeah, that was a proper power polo play too, Jan Eric Frank. They turned the defense into offense quickly with Santiago, but Sapo, he doesn't waste any time finding Larry. And I've been waiting to see this because I know with Waqas Al-Siddiq, he'll pull his team too, who likes to get out front. And Larry, now getting Larry into the game, gets a good stick on it, just off to the right side, but a positive play.
Very positive play. And a big bullet dodged there, and just as they were put that ball back into play, the Horn getting the better of that game. That, of course, will conclude the end of not only Chucker number 3, but also bring us to the half-time break. Make sure you stay tuned because those stats will be coming up on your screen any second now. Over to you, Dale.
All right, here you go, 7-5, and this is one of our biggest stats, the shots on goal, and we know, well, we were talking about Sapa Cassette, Kaia Polo, 11-5. They've been shooting at the goal. He peppered it in the first two chuckers. And the knock-ins, though, look at the knock-ins by Pampa Norte. They have 5 knock-ins, so Kaia Polo missing the goal 5 times, and only 1 knock-in for Kaia Polo, so Biotricity with better shooting percentages. Throw-ins, goes to Biotricity also with the 6-3 that they're doubling up on them there. Fouls committed pretty even here, 4-3, not bad by both teams, pretty clean half. And penalties scored, well, 2 for the Pampa Norte Biotricity team on the 40 and a 30, and then the 160-yarder for Kaia Polo. So great stats; those line out pretty well. And based on the shooting, it's the Kaia Polo team definitely dominated that part of the game. But they need to get their percentages up, and we'll see if the Pampa Norte Biotricity team can kind of spin it around a little bit and get Waqas Al-Siddiq pulling the team in the second half. Stay with us. We got a little halftime break. We'll be back here for our second half of the 2023 World Polo League Founders Cup.
This is a championship meet. All the best jockeys in the world are here, and I'm excited to ride against them.
We back.
And you get to watch some really incredible, talented athletes out there.
Yeah.
To us, it's a place to be in the winter.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the racing.
The palm trees, the beach is right here. The horse racing is some of the best in the country.
A lot of good horses come out of here. And if you want to go to the next level, Gulfstream Park was the place to come.
I remember the first time I came to Gulfstream, it was like this big fairy tale place. All the history. And all these great horses, trainers, jockeys. It was everything that I ever dreamed of.
My name is Augustine Malman. I am a chef. I trained with my uncle in Argentina in several restaurants, and now I travel the world creating unique experiences, all cooked with fire. For this event, we came from California. My team and I had some previous events there, and we traveled with my wood oven trailer and all of our grills from Santa Barbara, California. Well, when we got here, we always arrive about a week prior to the event. There's several things that we order from out of town, like the firewood. We make reservations of all of the rental items, kitchen equipment, anything we need prior to our arrival is already reserved. And then once we arrive into town, we'll source out whatever products are on the menu, like fish, red meats, fruit, vegetable, anything that we need specifically for that menu that we chose. We will source it once we get in town. My team is everything. I mean, I always tell them and to my clients, without a good team, you can't execute these kind of dinners. It takes a lot more work than what people see when they show up to the events. It takes, like I said, I mean, sometimes weeks to prepare for an event like this because we're traveling from out of town, so we have to source everything we're not familiar with. The new barn is, I mean, we're here. This is the first dinner we're doing here, so we're very excited to be here. It's amazing. It's a great place to be, and it has this inner courtyard, which is amazing to do dinners, with a special area back here behind me to do all of our grilling and the fire showcase. So it's great to be here. It's a beautiful place. Very different being up in the mountains, but I mean, I feel with Melissa and Mark and all the events we do together, I mean, I feel like it's home. You know, we've been cooking for them for about 4 or 5 years now. But as far as showcasing what we want to showcase and being in an incredible place like Aspen Valley Polo Club, that's no difference to Wellington. I mean, it's a beautiful place up here. It's going to be a 4-course seated meal. As the first course, we have a halloumi cheese that we sear on our fire plancha with shrimp, pine nut gremolata sauce on top. The second course seated will be a roasted beetroot salad with goat cheese and arugula, lemon zest and olive oil. And then the main course tonight will be a mashed potato, sweet potato puree with skirt steak and chimichurri sauce. My name is Augustine Malman, and we are in Aspen Valley Polo Club, one of the most beautiful places to do an outdoor fire dinner experience.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Erik Frank.
And we're in the CTV Sports studio for our World Polo League Founders Cup game today. We're playing at the Grand Champions Polo Club on Field 3. And Jan, break down the first half a little bit here.
Interesting.
What do you think?
Yeah, very interesting first half. I mean, I hope you watched the stats just now. 11-5 shots on goal. That I was a bit surprised on that, I have to say to you. So credit where credit is due. Pampa Norte Biotricity are keeping a grip. Maybe not as firm as I'd like to see, because we've seen Sapa Cassette. I mean, let's look at that first chukker here, that first half. Scored a cracking goal in chukker number 1, a safety 60 in chukker number 2, and then another superb goal in chukker number 3. Tocalino also doing a very good job with his scoring in that first chukker. Pampa Norte Biotricity, well, they came back quite strong. Chukker number 3, 2 goals apiece. But like I said, I think they need to tighten up a little bit more and get in containing Sapo Cassette. He is clearly the danger man in that team. And I'm sure they'll have had lots to talk about to tighten up exactly on 1 or 2 points here as they come back out now here for the second half.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, on Pampa Norte, I'd like to see what Kaz hit a few more balls, get him out in front. Because I know when Kaz Al-Sadiq gets out in front, and he can be dangerous. And also that lines them out a little better. And Pedro, wearing the number 4 today, Falabella, we know he hits a big ball. But we're playing with Faculosa and Magulapri. They've been using them in the middle a little more. That's the way it just kind of worked out, I guess, in this first half. But I'd like to see that. If they could get that going, and then I think they'll line out a little bit better, maybe get more opportunities, because definitely in the first half, the Kaia Polo team had more shots on goal. You can see that on the stats. So they're dominating the ball. They got more touches on the ball. But, you know, the score, it is what it is here with the 3-goal handicap. Pampa Norte Biotricity team still have high percentages on their shots.
They do.
They didn't miss a goal that many times. Only I think one knock-in they had. The Kaia Polo team, so they only missed a goal the one time. Actually, is to be the second. Like they're going to start with a knock-in. Yeah, so that's also going to be a miss from Kaia Polo. On the other side, Larry Austin. They found Larry.
Yeah.
And Larry had a great hit.
Yeah, nearly put one through.
Great. And Larry is coming in on defense, as is Wakas. We talked about them staying in the front of the game, but they are rotating around in this game. That just happens in the game of polo. Sometimes you got to switch it up. Tocolino's driving the ball like he always does, amazing. And don't be surprised if you don't see Zubieri get involved a little more on him, because when he gets running with the ball, this guy, he's another fun player to watch at high speeds. And but he seems like he's getting caught in the middle there doing a lot of work to free up Sapo. But Sapo's been free. I agree. They need to rotate somewhere to Sapo. He's had a lot of space to work.
A lot of space to work with. And also, Dale, we've got to thank our lovely mum, who, of course, has...
thanks, Mom. She figured out she helped us out with the helmet colors.
Exactly. So thank you, Lady Sharon. Of course, the color we were trying to work out earlier, we were calling it light purple, deep purple, whatever. it is actually lavender.
Lavender, which makes sense. Thank you, Sharon, 100%. So I love that lavender color. And, well, here he is, the man with the lavender helmet, and that's going to be Pedro Falabella to hit the knock-in. We're in our fourth chucker if you're just joining us, and we have Pampa Norte Biotricity. They are in the white jerseys with Wakasa Sadiq, Faculosa, Magula Prida, and Pedro Falabella. They're a 22-goal team, so they received 3 on handicap, and they went into the first half up by 2 goals. So they did a good job in the first half, but they're playing against a very strong team, Kaia Polo with Larry Austin, Marine Zubieri, Sapo Cassette, and Santiago Tocolino, a 25-goal team in the black jerseys. And we said earlier, Kaia is the name of the team, is named after Larry's beautiful pet dog. So all you dog lovers out there. And this is the way it's been. It's been kind of these short passes. They're still looking for some clean breakaways, but they just haven't had them. But this is a big ball, but picked up by Mugu.
The Prida sends it back to where it came from. Nice little open hand, backhand shot, looking for his number 2, Losa. Now, Losa, I think he was playing with the idea of taking a shot on goal. Incoming to support him is Magula Prida. He now has a chance, but looking for that opportune moment to, in this case, try the under. The next shot, it had a deflection and, of course, went well wide. But you can see they were both trying to find that opportune moment there to just snap one off and get that through the upright. So at least they're putting, and I think that's what they need to do. They need, I think, to put the pressure on Kaia Polo team, disrupt their flow of game. But, of course, they need to also finish well. Back to the number 4, and let's just savour that moment, Dale, in that chucker previously. The man with the number 4, Santi Tocolino, with that amazing goal he hit from a penalty 5B. Absolute magic we're seeing here from that player. Back to the action we go then, and over on the far side, they are able to get possession once again. Facundo Losa sends it up into the danger zone. Looking for a white shirt, nobody there. It'll be Zubiari to turn things around nicely. He'll be looking to send that one to Cassette. He'd already turned, he saw it coming. Now then, Sapo Cassette slightly topped that one, but not a problem when you're a 10 goalie. He'll pick that one out of the lobby, out of the volley, I should say, not the lobby. And he's on, a big hole in his mallet there, but again, a bouncing ball, not making life easier for him. So, Mr. Lavender himself, Pedro Falabella, will leave that one behind. Biotricity again getting possession, and this is what I'm liking, Dale. I like the fact that they're fighting for possession. Now then, let's see if they can start another offensive play with the number 2. Nobody up front, a little bit too far for Falabella. He's got 2 defenders coming in. The first will be Zubiari. They all come converging on that ball. Cheeky little steal here by the number 2, and that is tenacity at its best. Losa picking up his 3rd of the match.
He lays his ball down, and I think he was looking for Wakas, but Larry's doing a good job, and they've been battling it out today, Larry and Wakas with each other, but no one was there when he hits this ball. And I thought, man, maybe Santiago, maybe a little misread here, thought that they were going to go to the ball or Zubieri, because this ball right there. I thought maybe Santiago could have caught Falabella on the foul, but I think him and Zuberi must have been talking. Maybe he thought Luis was going to back it for him. So maybe just a little miscommunication there by the Kaia Polo team, which gave the Pampa Norte Biotricity team the opportunity to score there. Because Falabella would have fouled.
And not only that, Dale, they seized the opportunity, they seized the moment, and that is where perseverance, I think you could see very good there and very well there, paid off. And I think, this is going to be the start of a very exciting chukka. They've managed to restore that 3-goal advantage, 8 goals to 5. Courtesy change coming up, and now it looks like Kaia Polo have enough topic to talk about to see how they can now hold against this, as you call it, the sleeper team, Pampa Norte Biotricity, liking very much what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, no, they come on. You got to be careful of them. They all work very hard, and like I said, last year they were capitalizing early on their handicaps. This year they're playing a little different style, but they're still they're right in every game with the 22-goal team. So that'll take us to our courtesy change. You know, we were talking about that, the courtesy change, because actually we had yesterday in our Sterling Cup final, we had 4 different chuckers that ran over 5 minutes, almost 5 minutes. Yeah, and that's what we were talking about, the courtesy change and the horse racing in America, and the timing on horse races, and the Belmont being the longest race that we run here in the Triple Crown, which is 1.5 miles, and it takes 2 minutes and 24 seconds to run it. And here we've seen in this game too, a couple times where the teams have run for over 3.5 minutes with a nonstop play, no balls out of bounds, no fouls, and so that's a big reason why we use this courtesy change. And everybody back quickly here. 45 seconds to a minute is the rule and procedure. Sapo
on the move. Field. And ball is still just kept in play. They've got to be careful now. Very careful indeed. Saved on the line. But a whistle will stop the play with 2:46 on the clock.
Yeah, again, Sapo with room to work. You said earlier, Jan, he seems to escape everybody. This ball actually was going wide, and it bounced off of the pony, Los's pony right there. And then they come inside. They got to give one play there.
Yeah.
And so you might get the one call. We'll see what they decide to do here. If they call a foul or not, they might be checking it out. But you might get a 1 call here. Yeah, you are going to get a penalty 1. Remember the penalty 1, a foul committed in the vicinity of the goal to save a goal. And that ball definitely was going in. Falabella came from left to right to hit the next shot. And so you will get a penalty 1, and they'll bring that ball to center. And remember, we talked about the procedure on this. The old procedures were you gave a goal to the team, an automatic goal, and you bowled the ball back in. You lined up on the 30-yard line, and you bowled the ball back in to give them an opportunity. Well, only 18% of the time, Jan, did the team that actually was fouled and received the 1 actually score a goal. 18%. So now the procedure was changed about 5-6 years ago to bring the ball to the center of the field, change directions, and give possession. And I love this rule. It's designed to keep the goal mouth open, because back in the day, some people would just go in there and just try to foul in the middle of the goal if the guy's going to try to score and not worry about it with the 1. Now with this possession play, it turns and change the game, because we see many teams get 2 goals because they score now. Here's Santi.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, are we going to see Tocolina go for the first 2-point conversion? Well, that was clearly not the idea. Cassette, on the other hand, he will be happy just with the single point, but he puts it wide.
No, it's goal.
Oh, was that way?
Goal.
Beg your pardon.
Just saying, there you go. So this is what we were talking about. Now it happens. And this is why this has changed the game. And it's cleaned up. They're calling less penalty 1s now around the world because of that opportunity to score 2 goals.
Bang.
And that's why I said that Mugula Prida was super smart earlier in the game when he pulled out of that play. He just said, "Go score, Sapo, score." I'm not going to, foul you here, get stuck and give you a 1. So well done by Sapo, though. Good by Santi Tocolino. We will get a cup on the pitch, and here comes Santiago.
Tocolino within 1 goal now of Biotricity. So all what I was hoping was going to be the start to a very, very tough chukker here for Kaia Polo. Short-lived, and look at him go. Beg your pardon. Sapo Cassette. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, interesting.
Second Remington of the day.
Yeah, interesting, too. That was wild. I mean, he could have gone with the next shot, but he elected to go with the open cut shot. And that is, it was inches.
Yeah.
He's amazing, man. I love watching him play. So smooth. I thought he could just go fire the next shot there, though. I'm going to have to talk to him about that one. He could have fired. I thought he would crank that one up, but he went with that open cut shot, almost like 90-degree shot he had to hit there. And we go to the knock-in, and it'll be controlled now by Magoo.
Leprida, wants to clear that ball as far down the field as he possibly can. Wakas Al-Sadiq, not able to pick that one up. Again, a cop on the field, the ball going out of bounds. So another change of possession. Clock running down to the last 40 seconds of play here. Biotricity just managing to hold on to that 1 goal advantage, but we have another 2 chukkers coming your way here on CTV Sports. Another nice long deep ball. It'll be sent back by Leprida. Maybe a little bit the nerves getting the better here now of Pampa Norte Biotricity. Now watch this man. He will hammer that ball downfield with the number 4. Wow, that's the second incredible goal that he scored. Santi Tocolino down.
He fires the ball. I love it. He's a very strong man. But when he hits the ball, look how fast and hard he hits that ball, and he just puts it right where he wants it. Very similar angle from his earlier goal. It was a penalty 5 from the spot, but this one here was just fire on it. And Santi Tocolino picking up his 3rd of the day, and that's a great way to end your chukker. So we'll be right back here for our 5th chukker play on CTV Sports.
Foot golf, it's a kind of life, and also it's a combination about golf and football.
So I got into sport through social media. Someone approached me on Twitter and said, "Have you tried it?" I'd never heard of it at that point. So I went to my local course and tried it and just completely fell in love with the game.
This is not as easy as it looks on your body. It's a lot of kicking. We don't normally kick this many hard kicks in soccer.
For me, this and the US Open are the 2 top US tournaments. It's something we all look forward to every single year.
Great fun, and I think everyone will enjoy it when they try it. You can't not have fun.
When you set goals at the start of the season and you're able to achieve them at the end of the year, I think I can speak for everyone and say when we set goals and we make the sacrifices that we make, which a lot of people don't see, and then it all comes to fruition, it's a good feeling.
I literally live, breathe foot golf.
The World Polo League, a new breed of polo.
World Polo League 5th chukker action, Founders Cup. And we ended there with a superior goal by Santi Tocolino. The Tocolino family in Argentina are applauding him down there, I'm sure. Big shout out to the familia, Tocolino. And so that's going to put him tied up here for the first time today. Yeah, and it was 4-2 because of the handicap after the first, 5-3 after the second. Biotricity 7-5 at halftime. Biotricity with their 3-goal handicap, and Sapo, Santiago, Lorene, and Larry came out of the tent ready to go for the fourth chukker.
And they did exactly that. 3-1 is how they left the field at the end of that fourth chukker. A penalty one, a cracking goal in addition to that for Sapo Cassette. And as you said, Tocolina also with another one of those, I would call them Hall of Fame goals there. Just the one goal coming from Facundo Losa. Well, Biotricity have possession as we speak with that man with the number 3, Magu Laprida. So it took them 4 chukkers to get level. Now, very often, as you know, Dale, chukker 5 is an instrumental chukker in just giving an idea or an indicator of how that game is going to go. But I'm sure, and they did that last year, this Biotricity Pampa Norte team, they will put up a fight to the very end in front of goal. A little touch. Well, he gets the touch after all that hard work. Laprida, Magu Laprida, working it and gets paid the reward.
Yeah, what an amazing 4-legged athlete here, too. Magu's riding, and Magu is just such a grinder. He stays in there. He takes it through the whole team. I love that about Magu Laprida. Very similar to the way Falabella plays. They just keep grinding and playing, and they'll fight for every ball. And like I said, this his 4-legged athlete, amazing looking pony he's riding right here. Just put him right where he needed to be, and that's big energy here. Actually answering the fifth chukker, starting off. See if they can get another possession here, keep the rhythm going in. Taking control, Santi. He'll leave for Sapo.
Cassette changes direction, goes it out, pulls it out to the left-hand side. Now they're looking at the front door there. Larry Austin waiting. And that ball a bit too far out for him to do anything with. The idea definitely would have been a great play to see if that would have worked.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit, about using. Well, they at least have it in design. They talked about it.
Yep. Over to the boards then. Pampa Norte Biotricity have possession, and that is now going to be a key factor here in this fifth chukker. If they can pick up another goal, that will definitely put the pressure back on Kaia Polo. A little chip shot. Cassette will be the first man on it. Just avoiding that man with the number 4, Falabella, coming through. And that's another one of those high balls. It's gone out to the right-hand side, so I'm sure they'll be happy that that ball went wide. Everything is coming to a standstill. Opens that shoulders. There was a deflection, but it went through.
Yeah, no, he fired that ball. I don't know who went off. This was a beautiful pass here. Sabo laid it in there. And I thought Lorene maybe do a little pop shot over to Santi, but he turned it, which worked perfectly. And that gave Sapo time to get in position, and then watch out. Here it comes. And like I always talk about, everybody, all you baseball fans out there,
have not yet managed to take the lead. So let's see how Pampa Norte will react after this courtesy change. Of course, this again, the strategy, you've touched on it us on so many occasions, Dale. What horses?
Check that out. See that? He's got sunglasses on. That must be a little. I think that's his little stud. Yeah, that's his little stud horse, and got sunglasses on.
I think they're matching the ones he's got on.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Very cool pony. Seems to enjoy it even. Definitely keep the flies away, of course. So, yeah, once again, raising the bar, seeing things you would normally not see. 3:19, as I say. Courtesy change having taken place. Once again, let me remind you, this afternoon, of course, the game that was originally scheduled to have already been played will now be played this afternoon. That is the second game in bracket number 2. Audi up against winners of the All-Star Challenge, Casablanca. Mark Ganzi will be facing off against his son, Grant Ganzi. And then, of course, also, which is interesting, we've got 2 brothers. You're on when,
now, remember the high hook, what is? But basically above the shoulder.
Exactly.
In pole. In the arena, below the your horses.
And Laprida
they get the open goal.
Yeah, Laprida makes no mistake. So a little bit of a break here for Cas and for Pampa Norte Biotricity with that high hook. We did see it on a few occasions. Lorenzo Biari there, the man who got caught on that play. So Biotricity, once again, stepping up to the plate, able to sustain and deal with the pressure, brings them into double figures. 2:50 left on the clock. Now, let's see how Kaia Polo will react, because every time Biotricity got back up in front, remember, they left the field 8 goals apiece at the end of the fourth chukker. Then it was a very quick 9-8, then 9-9. So goal number 2 from Laprida has put them into double figures. And hello, bonjour. That is another cracking goal to the man with the lavender polo helmet, Pedro Falabella. Watch this. There comes the pass from the number 3 from Laprida, and Falabella just puts it through. So, still quite a bit of power and fuel here in the tank. Two very quick goals in succession have put Pampa Norte Biotricity right back in this game here. And they've also won the throw-in. Oh, a cheeky steal here by Sapo Cassette. Now, he will run this one himself. Look at that pony open up. The 2 number 3s, Cassette. 2-3, that'll be his 4th touch. Oh, hang on. It's not gone through. And the finishing touch. Oh, it's on the line, or has it gone through?
Ooh, and they get there. And actually, Sapo on Popular here, that's a little stud horse with the sunglasses on. Popular gets him right down in front. Amazing horse.
Yes, indeed. So that little advantage of 2 goals very quickly null and void. It is 11 goals apiece. So again, all to play for. Let's have a look at the clock there, Dale. 45 seconds and counting. We are going to go to the wire on this one here. It's all going to be make or break for both of these 2 teams in the 6th and final chukker. And yeah, there you see on the screen how he put that one through. You're absolutely right. Every time.
Check that out again.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, very cool.
I want to talk about the interview Sapo talked about it. I know about Popular the horse. We did a big write-up on Popular. We interviewed him, and amazing just to find out what the difference is with the sunglasses. Very cool. Well, there you go. They're going to take a lead here, and we're going to get ready for our 6th chukker of play. So stay with us for our final chukker. .11, 6 chukker action. Both teams' offense is working. You know the magic number, Yannick Frank, 13. Yeah. This should be a good one.
Indeed. 3 goals apiece in that last chukker. That was the highest number of goals scored in any of the so far played 5 chukkers. And now it is a question of, who is going to be victorious? Kaia Polo looking, of course, to not only win this game, but they would have to take the lead for the first time here in the 6th chukker. So a big compliments to Pampa Norte Biotricity for keeping the Wolf at bay. They have done a very, very good job. They came back very strong. It was 8 goals apiece, and they took the lead 9 goals to 8, 10 goals to 8. And once again, Kaia Polo with 2 cracking goals from Sapo Cassette and 1 as you said, every time he's gone for a shot on goal, he has scored. Santi Toccolino. So, as you said, Dale, chucker number 6, all to play for here in this, the second game of the bracket number 1. Remember, we have 2 brackets, 8 teams in this tournament, the Founders Cup. And this afternoon at 4 o'clock on your screens, CTV Sports, of course. Very much looking forward to Audi taking on winners of the All-Star Challenge, which they won on Sunday. The 2 brothers, Heta playing against Bata Castagnola, and father playing against son, the Cobra, Mark Ganzi, against Grant Ganzi. 6:34, and we have something going on down there on the field. Dale, what can you tell us?
Yeah, check it out here. They had the umpires came on a call in the middle of the field. Lorenzo Zuberi backed the ball, turned the ball, yeah, and he actually hit the ball at a bit of an angle, a little bit of an angle, and there was a foul called against him for blocking, and they challenged the call, and a very good challenger. Wakasa Sagik was on it, but great read here. Went to our IRO third man, and I had an opportunity to look at it too. The ball was actually going a little bit more across the field, not across the field, about 45 degrees, and the white player not 100% on the line, and the black player staying on the side, so no foul on the play. They bowled in, and a successful challenge here by Kaia Polo, and they'll retain their challenge. And very important right now in the 6 chucker.
I was just going to say, this, of course, would be the time to make the use of that. I do like your philosophy, the risk-reward matrix. Another whistle will stop the play with 6:03 on the clock. Biotricity, at the moment, it seems that they are in possession. Ball will be taken off the sideboards. In comes the challenge from the number 3. Down the line came the number 4. And then the whistle.
And they're marching towards the south goal. Going to have a right-of-way violation there. And remember, everything around. Look at Los says he's going to jump on a new one. So you see lots of, oh, look at this. I like this. The Biotricity team, Pampa Norte Biotricity team, all switching up. So they're going to switch a couple times here in the 6 chucker. They're going for the win.
Yeah, that would, sorry to interrupt you there, but that would suggest exactly what you've been saying all along. You know, that courtesy change, so instrumental, especially at this stage of the game and at the score of this game. You now need to be out there on your fastest, most agile
Yeah,
players.
no, they played a minute and a half on horses. They jumped on some new ones. Now they're going to get the courtesy change, and they might have an opportunity to change again. So this is a big play here for Sapo on the 60. Ooh.
Well,
off the side.
Yep, and I'm sure Pampa Norte Biotricity will not have any problems with that. So dodging another bullet there. Normally he would have put that away in his sleep. So now then, Falabella to try and put the full dozen up on the score sheet. Sending that, well, initially facing out to the left, but then sending the ball out to the right. Oh, easy early steal here, intercepted by Cassette. Sapo Cassette round the outside. Well, you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to be doing that.
He makes up for the 4. And, you know, this is a great little bay, dark bay here, too. This one looked very similar to Popular. I wonder if they're the same bloodline, because they look exactly the same. We'll have to ask Sapo about that. If you look at this horse, the way this horse is built, they have an amazing breeding operation, of course, the Cassette family. And Sapo getting it done with the magic stick there on the little bay pony, scooting away from everybody. And this guy has been very strong at the number 4 position, Toccolino, and he's going to find Sapo once again.
Yeah, and for the first time, Dale, they now are in the lead. So it took them all of a good 5 and nearly 5.5 chuckers to get the upper hand here on Pampa Norte Biotricity. Once again, Sapo Cassette, he's dragging that team, pulling the team forward. Cassette, will he go for the cut shot? No, he's going to go and tee it up nicely. Cassette. Well. I mean, you know, what do you say to that?
I say I applaud, and he's going to jump off of this one now, I'm sure. you might get a courtesy change, but this is the same little bay pony. They scoot away. Horse can fly, gets out in front of everybody, and that's just a quick stick. Stopple Cassette with a snapshot goal. Falabella could do nothing but just get into the rumble seat and pray for the miss. Stopple put the ball in a perfect spot, and that's a strong finish as they go in for the courtesy change.
Goal number 9 for the 10-goal player. I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to match the number of goals he is going to score with that of his handicap. He's got plenty of time to do it. So not only have they taken the lead over Pampa Norte Biotricity, they also now have extended that lead by a nice 2 goals. And there you have that, that magic number 13, Dale, 13-11. So, yep, the offense.
You know, they're working it well. Santiago's holding the back door down. Sapo's has the space to work, which means Marine Zuberi and Larry Austin are doing their jobs. They're working hard in front. He's had a lot of holes to blow through. And like in American football where you have the blocking, you got to have the line up there blocking for you. People doing that work. And Zuberi and Austin have done a great job up there. Now, on the other side, though, you know, this game still not out of reach. You know, we know 4.5 minutes. Come on, Yan. 2 goals. That's nothing.
It is nothing, and let's hope that Pampa Norte will, put up a good fight right to the very end. But your analogy of the American football, Dale, I understand. I used to play myself. So basically, what you're saying is that the linemen need to create a hole for the running backs to go through.
You got it. Good. Well said. Well said. American football. Very similar in Polo. As the number 1 and number 2 are up there making those hooks and ride-offs, letting the quarterback or the running back, in this case, Sapo Cassette. But watch out, because here they come. And remember, everybody on fresh legs right now, so the pace is going to pick up quickly.
On the number 2 for Biotricity Pampa Norte, Facundo Losa. But again, putting an end to that is Sapo Cassette. He will have had a little look at the scoreboard and the time remaining. We are under 4 minutes. Yeah, a little bit unlucky there, losing his mallet head, as you can see. He's going to try and, well, that's what they do. They turn the stick around, of course. If you've never seen that happen before, play, of course, will continue. But at the moment, Lorene Zubiare not able to, you can see they're struggling to make a good contact with the ball. In comes Falabella. Falabella turns it around. Possession is of the essence now. Pampa Norte Biotricity. Cassette intercepts that one, and he will run away with this one, I'm sure. Bouncing ball, luckily here for Pampa Norte Biotricity as they turn that one around. Oh, a swing and a miss. Unlucky, and of course, Sapo Cassette will feed that one back to Toccolino. Now, we know what happens when he takes a shot on goal. Santi Toccolino leaves it for Larry was there in the second row, but Falabella clears.
That bounces off the pony, though. Bad luck in Santiago. Oh, on the broken play. Sapo. Everybody bounces around. Look at this. They're going to take it out and dodge a few bullets there. Sapo wins the ride-off, but he knows he's got Toccolino all by himself, so he's just going to leave it there for Santi. Now the big ride-off by Magula Prida. Oh, Magula tried to hit that one to Orlando. And a whistle, or no, maybe they didn't go a whistle. They just let it play. Yeah, they let it play out here. But look at this series of plays. Santiago, once again, come here. Look at this right off. Yo, here I go. Then, Magoo, he had the back shot there. Bad luck. And they came together. That's about as close as you can get it. This bad luck on the back shot. And an easy finish right there for Santi Toccolino.
5th goal for Santi. 5th goal. 5 for Santi. And as you said, nearly every time he went to take a shot on goal, he was successful.
It looks like we're going to get our change there. They must have changed off on their own. I thought they had done the courtesy change. They'd done the courtesy change, or just might be an extra change, just that they took a time out.
Now then, can Pampa Norte Biotricity, can they come back? They've not been down by 3 goals at any point in this game until now here in the 6th and final Chukka. As you said, Dale, this will be the last pony change, I'm sure, for both teams.
So switching up the ponies. This is the first game we've seen where we've had a couple players play, 3 or 4 different ones in the end. And makes sense because they're going to switch up again to get everybody switched up again. They must have had a tack time out on the other one when there was 4 minutes left, and that's where they switch up a few. And they're going with a full courtesy change here. So I apologize to you guys. I thought they had gone for the courtesy change. And it does come, something where in the middle there based on where the ball is. As you said, we had the other day, yesterday in our short come out, we had to stop the game 5 times and do just fair play bowling because they ran for 5 minutes for safety of the 4-legged athlete. But here we go. Everybody's back in a 3-goal lead. And, well, you got to get the ball, get possession. Magoo Laprida knows that. So does Loza.
Joins it on the halfway line. Yeah, snap it and take it downfield. Here we go then. Pampa Norte Biotricity, because they're also running out of time now. This is a nice chance here for Waqas Al-Sadiq. Can he finish it? Great play. 1-2 touches out. A little bit of a divot, I think, stopping him from getting that 3rd touch. Very unlucky here, but again, he gets himself where he needs to be. So just bad luck here for Waqas Al-Sadiq.
Yeah, Waqas, he did a great job getting it through. He actually put it right past 2 players, and then he comes back, almost made the near side tail shot. Nice try, Waqas. Loza gets a piece of it, and then finally it bounces off Sapo, but they will get an opportunity here, and this might be a better scenario for them. They get the 6, penalty 6 on the safety. Defending team hitting in over their own end line. Sapo cassette. They'll bring it out. It's only going to be right off the post, so it's not going to be that big of an angle. And we'll see if Faku can finish this one off to make it 14-12.
Oh, intercepted. Nicely done, but the power is still on. There is the open backhand. This time, no mistake. So on this second attempt here, nicely done. With the number 3 there, Magoo Laprida picking up his 5th goal of the game. But they are down by 2, Dale, and we only have 1 minute and 20 left to play.
Yeah, now they need possession, quick goal, or a foul. And that's why we've seen 3 goals scored in 1 minute 20. So good fire right there, but possession picked up by the Kaia Polo team, and Sapo's going to work the field here and try to take some time off the clock.
I'm sure that's exactly what he'll be doing, but you know what he's like. If he can, or if he sees an opportunity, he will seize it. In comes Toccolino, yeah.
Ooh. And whistle on the play, right away violation. So Sapo went to take it to the inside. Just had a little bit of a... Did he leave this ball? No, just popped on him a little bit right there. Ball is going across the field, though.
Yeah.
And remember the old lie. That's how you get him out on the handlebars. Did you see? We had Pedro Falabella. He was making sure they knew he was there. He was up on the handlebars. And now you might get this move to a 60.
Well.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and move this one.
Well, Dale, not only do they have to score, get back to the halfway line, win the throw-in, take it all the way down to the south end of the field to at least get the equalizer. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's not doable, but it needs to be done.
Yeah, so they definitely had the breakaway to break downfield, and so we have a foul to play.
45 seconds on the clock.
Okay, so we're going to take a look at this play.
Not only that, who will be the man who's going to have to do the honors here? You need nerves of steel now. Oh, I know that you've seen crazier things happen.
Yep. So yeah, but we have foul on the play. So penalty foul. They moved the ball down, which would be an open. They got to go. Well, they got to open here. They would take it downfield. So you got to go at least to center. And remember, we see the end zone cam. We check the end zone cam, see how many players are downfield. Yeah, we can check there. We'll take a look. We're taking a look at everything here in the studios here for this last call. Page will turn around here. One, boom. And to go ahead and we'll check the okay, foul. Foul on the play. Oh, ball placement issue is the penalty flip.
Okay.
Penalty 4. Okay, so it looks like they're going to go with an open goal on it. So we got a foul on the play. It's going to be an open goal penalty shot. Or penalty 4, the 60. And that's a good call here. So well done here. They pick up the 60.
But now.
And Losa.
Yeah. He's done really, really well. Again, also with that 4 goals to his name as they make their way back to the halfway line. So a goal for the equalizer, which of course would push them into a sudden death golden goal. 7th Chaka. They need possession. And they need it quickly. Let's have a look at the clock. 18 seconds. Well, hello. What's going on here? The man with the lavender helmet, is he going to be the, is that going to be the lucky color of the day?
Actually, that time will run out on it. So there you go. So just checking the ball placement, I guess, on that last call there. We took a little distance based on the distance. So he went with the 4, which is a great call, and had to have the foul in there. And they had an opportunity to come back here right at the end, Yan. Nip and tuck, as we said, his team always keeps they have 14-13. But look at there, Kaia Polo, 22 shots on goal compared to the 14. That's those possessions that Yan was talking about. Very even. Well, the knock-ins. Still, the Biotricity, Pampa Norte Biotricity team had high percentages of shooting, and that's why they keep these games so quick. They just got to finish a few games because they are right in the mix every time, even about 12 to 11 on the throw-ins. 7 fouls by Biotricity, 4 by Kaia. Not bad at all by both teams.
Yep.
And penalty scored 4 and 2, which goes across the board. Pampa Norte scoring from the 30, 40, and the 60, and Kaia from the 30 and the 60. So they kept it in there again, Yan.
Yep.
Very, very, very tight. We look at this Pampa Norte Biotricity team, and like I said, they come in at last year there were 22, 23 goals, playing in a 22, 26 goal league. So they received their handicap goals, and they do a great job. They just got to get a few more finishes, man. I wish they had a good job. But
congratulations here to
Kaia Polo right there, Larry Austin.
Well, I'm sure they'll be very happy. Their first match of the WPL season here, of course, in its 5th year. So congratulations to Larry Austin, Lorene Zubiari, Santi Tocarlino, Sapo Cassette. They, of course, were the driving force behind that team. But I've got to say, as always, Dale, it's a pleasure to watch Pampa Norte Biotricity. I like the tenacity.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they don't give up. They put up a great fight. So they can leave with their heads held high. Well done, Wakas, Al Sadiq, Facundo Losa, Magula Prida, of course, and Pedro Falabella.
Great job.
Now, let me just remind you, of course, or let us remind you once again that the action continues. Dale, you mentioned it earlier on this in this broadcast. We have a double header coming your way this afternoon. 2 brothers facing off, a father and a son facing off. Heta and Bato Castagnola, of course, playing against each other, and Grant against the Cobra. Audi versus Casablanca. That'll be at 4 o'clock this afternoon right here on CTV Sports.
You got it. So for Yan Eric Frank, I'm Dale Schwetz. I speak for everyone here at CTV Sports. So I say thank you for making us the leaders of polo broadcasting. And always remember here at CTV Sports, we love the polo.